Welcome to Murph's Hulk Guide. Me personally, I don't really think I'm qualified to make a Hulk guide, but everybody's been telling me that I should make one. The only thing, in my opinion, that makes me qualified to make this Hulk guide is that I noticed the minute details about Hulk's kit. Here's how many hours I have on Hulk. My first ever time hitting GM was with Hulk, and then ever since then, my career peak is GM2, and mainly all of it has been with Hulk and BP. All right, so to start off with the basics, I'm pretty sure everybody already knows this, but his exile is on a 15-second cooldown, his bubbles are on a 10-second cooldown, and his clap is on an 8-second cooldown. So many different things to be aware of at all time. So the first thing I will show you guys as like a tip and trick is the clap slash exile cancel, which is like you can cancel the animation of either your exile or your clap by just jumping. With the exile, it's a little bit tricky. You kind of have to like let it go out and then jump. But with the clap, you just send it and you're there. So what I use this for is if I want to start the pressure off early, or if I know my subs are gonna ult and they're very close. So let's say we're holding, like let's just pretend that this room is much bigger, and my whole team is behind me and my supports want to ult. So I'll exile and I'll go up now. Let's say it's Mag. So by the time I've exiled him, my cloak has now bursted through about maybe 2 dashes, 3 dashes. So boom, and now I'm jumping with my cloak to wherever the hell my cloak goes, and I bubble her. There's two ways to play Hulk, in my opinion. You can either be the Hulk that's consistently living in the backline, causing a lot of pressure, who occasionally peels. Me personally, I'm a peeling Hulk. I mean, and when I need to play aggro, I will play aggro, but I only go aggro depending on team comps. So like, and by team comp, I mean my team comp. Like if I'm solo Hulk, I'm not gonna be playing aggressively like too often. Another thing you wanna always be weary of is your countdown. So Magneto, you have to remember, is not gonna throw his ult at a support ult immediately. He's gonna wait a little bit. And I mean, I play the game so much. I have like 2,000 hours in the game. So like, sometimes I fuck it up too. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I hit it perfectly. If your cloak is ulting, you want to make sure that you're like running to her. Every dash that she's on, and most Magnetos will throw their ult at a cloak in her third dash. So what I tend to do is, because the bubble only takes 200 HP of damage, right as she's getting ready to go for the third dash, I'll try to like meet her at the spot, and I pop bubble as I'm getting close to her. So I'm gonna jump over these two right here, and I'll still be able to bubble them. But like, you have to time it right, but even if you're jumping away or over them, you can still bubble your supports or whoever you need to bubble whilst jumping. Next thing we're going to talk about is his tackle. So if you ever notice, Hulk's arrow is not straight. It leans a little bit to the right. So when you go for tackles, you have to take that into consideration. So you want to be a little bit off center when you go for tackles. From about, let's see how far this is. From anywhere from like 10 meters to 15 meters, I'm aiming anywhere at like his toes or his shins or his knees, because I'll get the tackle every single time, just like that. But let's say I'm about 20 meters out, I'm aiming a little bit above his head. Let's say, so the thing with this jump and with it leaning right is it's favorable to the right side. So most flyers are going to air strafe, but most of them fly in like the same pattern. So even if you go to his right, you'll still get him. Get here, exile him. Always clap out of exile. Or at least that's what I do. And another cool thing, like you just saw, is in the middle of your tackle animation, you can clap and exile. So like sometimes what I'll do is, if I know this Iron Man has ult and my support is trying to ult, tackle, and I'll exile him immediately. I need to take care of that threat for my cloak ult. But let's say there's also Magneto. So now what I'll do is I'll just go boom, exile, and then I look for my cloak and I'll try to go bubble them. The cool thing with his jump too is, since you have one of the largest hitboxes in the game, I'll tackle a flyer and I'll turn my back immediately. This way I'm blocking off all of his healing so that I can confirm the kill on this flyer. Be mindful of the distance, and if you're just picking up Hulk, it's going to take you some time. I have like 150 hours on this character, so a lot of it is starting to become second nature. And again, I'm not like GD player, I'm not coach, I'm none of those guys. Like, they are worlds better than I am at Hulk, but I just have a lot of hours in this character. You can tackle going down too, so if you miss it on the way up, always try to hit it on the way back down. If you need to finish off a flyer really quickly, punch going up, clap midway down, and by the time they hit the ground, they're dead. What I do is, so when Jeff is about to like spit you out, right, he's underground, as soon as he comes up, I'll exile him as soon as he's up, because it forces the animation of him now spitting my whole team out. So the next topic we're going to go over is CCs. So as Hulk, you're very immune to CC and getting bursted down even in your ult. So let's say I'm pushing a Mantis, a Luna, a Squirrel Girl, a Hela, or anything. My first thing is to, like, you know, either exile them and then jump to her, and immediately I'll punch and then bubble, because that's when most of the CC characters do, is once they get hit the first time, they will start their CC abilities. Luna will freeze you, Mantis will sleep you, things like that. So I always exile, one punch, bubble, clap, and then the rest is just punch. Let's say she's the one guarding her supports. So boom, you exile, now you're in the backline for free. Let's say they have a Luna Mantis combo. You just bubble, and now you blocked both CCs. Do as much damage, and that's 2 cooldowns wasted from both of their supports. Plus their Squirrel Girl has now probably tried to nut you after being unexiled. And that's free value because you're forcing cooldowns. That's the biggest plus with Hulk, is forcing cooldowns. He's so big and like strong and scary that he forces an entire team to look at you, and like it forces everybody to use their cooldowns to try and burst you down as fast as they can. But if you're smart about it, you can get in and out. Most times I'm not really smart about it because I get kill thirsty and I know it'll be a big kill even if I risk my life for it. Another thing you need to always be aware about is cooldowns of not just your own team, but everybody else's in the whole game. That's what makes a good Hulk player, is knowing when they're gonna ult. If you ever catch any of my live streams and you watch me play ranked, you'll see I'm calling out everybody's ult. Maintaining your cooldowns for big things like Iron Man ult, Magneto ult, any like CC ult, like things like that is very, very crucial. Alright, so the next topic we're going to cover is ult combos. This is the main one I use for any healer that I can get really fast, is just exile. So you're going to melee, clap, and then grab all at once. And they're insta-dead. Try to slow it down so you guys can see it. So you're going to ult, exile, you're going to press your melee, clap, and then grab. And that kills anybody from 250 to 300 HP. So let's say this cloak just ulted and now she's standing here and I know I have my ult. So as soon as she's done her last dash, during her third dash, I'm starting to track her to figure out where she is. So I exile, I ult, exile again, 1, 2. And now the cloak ult is gone. Always start your ult off with exiling whoever you're targeting. So exile, exile again. Load your jump up, 1 swing, 2 swing jump, and there you go. Next thing we're going to talk about is ult combos on a tank. I come to this part of the training map, and I usually pick either Groot or Venom, somebody with a big hitbox that I can kind of manipulate that and practice with. So as I said previously, start off all your combos with an exile, exile again, load up your punch or your jump, and you can take them and manipulate that wherever you'd like to. Now, I don't know all of the combos, that's just the one that I use, and it works pretty consistently for me. Even in his base form, you can do the punch, clap, cancel, so. That's pretty much what I'm doing, even in my ult form. Sometimes you won't be able to get juggles off. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes just being able to hit the tank far away from your team or from his team is really like a lot of value. So like sometimes this is what I'll do. If I can get a tackle in, I'll get a tackle in. Most times I'm literally like just trying to like swat as many people away. But sometimes what happens based on the map is that the only value I can bring is just to disperse their team as heavily as I possibly can. Meaning I'm separating healers from DPS. I'm separating the tanks from the healers. So I'm focusing on a single category on their team. So if I alt and I know that, let's say I need to stagger this Bucky really bad because he's hurting my team a lot, I will exile him off rip. I'll do an entire combo on him to make sure he dies first. Or if I know that there's a Squirrel Girl, she's the first one I'm targeting because I know that if she double nuts me, I'm sat there and now my 1500 HP is going to go down to like 500 in a blink of an eye because now their whole team is focused on me. That was the Hulk guide from Murph. If you guys have any questions or comments or any tips and tricks for me, let me know. Just in the comment section. Yeah. Thank you guys. Bye.